Hi, this is Greg Jimeno, attorney with Chesapeake Wills and Trust and author of the book, How to Protect Your Home and Life Savings in Maryland. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you 3 things you need to know about beneficiary designations. The first thing you need to know about beneficiary designations is to fill them out. Why do we want to fill out beneficiary designations? Well, beneficiary designations are the easiest way to get money to your beneficiaries or kids or whoever you want to leave money to. It is the quickest and fastest way to have money go to someone. So what exactly is a beneficiary designation? If you have money in a bank or in an IRA or in a mutual fund account, by contract, you tell them, when I die, this is where I want the money to go. So your kids or your beneficiaries or other people are going to inherit your money at your death. They can provide a death certificate to the account holder, the IRA, the bank, whoever it is, and they will issue a check to your beneficiary. No probate. It's just filling out the paperwork, giving them the death certificate, and the money gets sent where you want it to go. So if you have an account that allows a beneficiary designation, by all means, fill out that account. The second thing you need to know about beneficiary designations is no matter how important they are to fill out the beneficiary designations, by being a beneficiary of the account does not give the person who is on the beneficiary designation form any right to that money in that account until you die. So your kids or your spouse or whatever beneficiary you're trying to leave money to can't walk into the bank or call the IRA company during your lifetime and say that someone is in the hospital, they're in the nursing home, we need that money, I'm listed as a beneficiary, let me have access to it. Just being the beneficiary alone does not give anyone any right to that money during the course of your lifetime. The third thing you need to know is that a beneficiary designation is a part of an estate plan. It is not a substitute for an estate plan. And here's what I mean by that. So let's say that you have minor children, or you are creating a post-death asset protection trust for the benefit of someone. They could be disabled, they could be a minor, they could be someone who is bad with money. And if you leave the beneficiary designation directly to that person, directly to the minor child, well, the money could go into the child's hands or the child's coffers, or it has to go through the court process, when you could have avoided the court by having a properly filled out beneficiary designation and a properly set up trust after your death. The other thing about proper estate planning is it would allow someone who have access to your account, even if you're alive but disabled. So, like I said earlier, just being the beneficiary of an account doesn't allow anyone access to that account during your lifetime. However, if you have a proper trust document, proper living trust in place, or you have a proper beneficiary designation, well, now the person who is listed as your power of attorney or the trustee of your trust, if the trust owns that account, can now have access to that account during your lifetime. So again, the beneficiary designation only applies to where it goes after your death. It doesn't give anybody access to it during your lifetime. The thing to keep in mind about beneficiary designations, why it's a part of your estate plan but doesn't replace your estate plan, is you need to make sure that your beneficiary designations match really where you want the money to go. Too often I've seen people come into my office and we've done a will plan or a trust plan. They say, after my death, make sure the money goes here, the money goes there, or I have 3 kids. But when we look at the IRA beneficiary designation forms or the beneficiary designation forms in the mutual funds accounts, they only have 1 of their kids listed, or 2 of their other kids going to get left out of the estate. It doesn't matter in your trust or your will. You say, at my death, I want you to split all my proceeds, all of my assets up 3 ways because I have 3 kids. But the beneficiary designation form only leaves that account to 1 person. You are going to leave out the other 2 kids from receiving anything in that account. So make sure there is a coordination of your beneficiary designation form and your other estate plan. Here's something else I've seen. Someone is married, while during the course of their marriage, they add their spouse onto their account, their mutual fund account, their IRA account, their bank account as a beneficiary designation. Then they get divorced. But they don't change the beneficiary designation on those accounts. And now it is likely that that money would all go to the ex-spouse because they didn't change the beneficiary designation after death. So there you have it. Make sure you fill out the beneficiary designation form. Make sure you allow someone to have access to those accounts during your lifetime. And number 3, make sure the beneficiary designation forms are a part of your estate plan, but it does not replace your estate plan. Thank you very much for watching our video. And if you are watching us on YouTube, be sure to check out the description down below where you can download a free copy of my book and register for our free webinar, How to Protect Your Home and Life Savings.